stance, bend my knees, head up, chest up. We go pound behind, pound behind. If you notice that ball going under my butt. And what's up, y'all? This is Coach Carter, and welcome to my YouTube page. We're back with part 2 of the basic ball handling drills. Before we get into it, make sure you like this video. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe right below. Make sure you hook us up because we're going to start growing this page. And if you like it, let us know. Want to see something different, let us know. So make sure you follow us. So, like I said before, in part 1, this is basic for beginners, but it's also a warm-up for my advanced guys as well too. We're going to do everything stationary, and I'm going to show you how you do it moving. So let's get right into it. Let's start with number 1. It's a figure 8 drill. So figure 8 is something that we've done for years. Every player's done it. A lot of players still do it, and it's very simple. So you always want to get a wide stance, and you want to bend your knees, chest up, head up. It's okay to look down when you do this as a beginner because I want to make sure that you know what you're doing. Every coach says look up, but it's hard to look up if you've never done it before. So look down at the beginning and then gradually get your head up. So wide stance, bend my knees, head up, chest up. And we go between our legs. Fingertips. Look up when you can. I like to do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So we're going weaving through our legs and all fingertips. And even I've been doing this since I was a shorty, and it's still something I fumble every once in a while. So it's okay to make mistakes. So I do 2 sets of 10, 2 sets of 20, and you can push yourself to doing more if you like. But it's a very simple warm-up drill that you need to know. So number 2 is a behind the back. And I showed you the crossover. The crossover is effective when you're going quick change of direction. But what happens when a defender is too close to you? You can't cross it over in front of you because they're going to steal it. So now you're going to go behind your back. So now here's the behind your back. Same wide stance, bend your knees, chest up, head up, eyes up when you can, and we go pound behind, pound behind. If you notice that ball going under my butt, and I'm leaning a little bit with it, bouncing it back and forth. 2 sets of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. So that's a really effective dribble, and that's something you're going to use as you grow in your basketball careers. The behind the back will be used a lot because you need to get past somebody really quickly, and that crossover in front may not be effective because they're always going to be reaching. People are always reaching, so that behind the back, low, under your butt is going to be very, very effective. So that's number 2. Number 3 is a leg wrap. This is the beginning of teaching a player how to dribble the ball between their legs. That's another effective maneuver to get past people, is between your legs. So let's start with the beginning of that, a leg wrap. So you want to stagger your feet, one in front of the other, bend your knees, and wrap the ball around your leg. You want to get it around your calf, not around your thigh, not up here like this. And you don't want to be tall, you want to be low. So you wrap this around your leg, and everything I like to do 20, 10 or 20, 2 sets. So I'll just show you how to do it. So around your leg, and you can go this way as well too, but this way is natural because when you start to dribble between your legs, this is how you're going. So that's the start of going between legs. So that's a leg wrap. So now we do the same exact thing, but we do a leg wrap to a bounce. So same stagger stance, bend your knees, and it's leg wrap. So it's 1. So leg wrap, bounce. Leg wrap, bounce. Leg wrap, bounce. Leg wrap, bounce. Got it? And we switch. We go leg wrap, leg wrap, bounce, leg wrap, bounce, leg wrap, bounce, like that. So that starts to get you used to bouncing the ball between your legs. So now we do a leg wrap to a bounce. The next is a 2 wrap and 1 bounce. So it's 1, 2, bounce, 1, 2, bounce, 1, 2, bounce. So that gets you moving the ball fast. If you notice, I'm going pretty fast with it. 1, 2, bounce, 1, 2, bounce. And if you notice, I'm tight with my legs. So I'm tight like that. See, I'm tight, and it's boom, tight, bounce, tight, bounce. So that gets you used to wrapping that ball around quickly. The speed of your wrap is the speed of your dribble. Now, we did a leg wrap. We do a leg wrap to a bounce. 2 leg wraps and a bounce. Now we do bounce, crossover. So now we put it all together and make it a basketball move. So we go bounce, bounce, cross, bounce, cross, bounce, cross. If you notice, it's the same exact movement. So it's the same exact movement as a wrap, but now I'm just bouncing it. And if you notice, that cross is coming tight to my leg. So same thing as when you're wrapping it. It's the same exact movement. You want to keep the same exact rhythm. See that rhythm? And that's something, that's a progression of it. So we do leg wrap to the bounce, 2 wraps to the bounce, and then bounce, cross. And that will get the player used to getting that ball between their legs and used to crossing over as well too. And that's more an advanced drill. So now you can cross it over and come back. So we're starting to get into more advanced stuff. So this all beginning, and like I said in the previous video, number 1, make sure you go back and check out number 1. I like to do everything stationary just to get warmed up, and then I do it moving. I like to do it moving, so I like to do it moving as I go. So instead of doing all of them stationary and all of them moving, I do 1 stationary, 1 moving, 1 stationary, 1 moving. But for the sake of this drill, I did it all 1, and then now we're doing moving. So behind the back is a little different because I want to make sure that we're starting to change direction. So I like to go baseline to half court, but for now I'll do it to the middle of the key just so you can see how it is really quick. And it's bounce behind, bounce behind, bounce behind, bounce behind. You see how I'm going side to side? Bounce. It's under my butt. I'm changing direction. You see how I did that? I'm changing direction, so it allows me to start getting a little more shifty with it and getting pie people. So you want to make sure that you're doing that as you start to go from half court to baseline to half court or sideline to sideline, whatever space you have. We can even go this way and go. We go sideline and sideline. So there's a lot of variations to getting moving. So now the leg wrap. The leg wrap is the same thing, but now we're doing it moving. So it's just a leg wrap. Left leg up. And then right leg back. Very simple. And that's a simple way to start getting the ball through your legs. Also, you want to make sure when they're doing this drill, it's very important that they don't and then raise up tall and then go down low because it's not realistic. You want them to stay locked in and low so when they start dribbling, they can stay low as well too. So now we do leg wrap to a bounce. So 1 wrap, 1 bounce. This is how it should look. Wrap, bounce, wrap, bounce, wrap, bounce. And then we go back with the right leg. Wrap, bounce, wrap, bounce. Very simple. And like I said before, make sure they don't raise up and down. Stay low. It's going to hurt your knees and your legs when you burn it for the beginners, but at some point, it's going to pay off. So now we do 2 wraps and a bounce. So same exact thing. It's 1, 2, bounce. 1, 2, bounce. and then we switch. 1, 2, bounce. Like that. Very simple. And that gets them used to moving that ball around and bouncing it through their legs. And of course, last but not least, we put it all together and we go between cross. So now instead of wrapping it, we're crossing it over. So it's between cross, between. So that's the beginning, part 2 of beginning ball handling. If you put part 1 and part 2 together and do that on a daily basis, you'll be a solid basic ball handler. And then we can add some other stuff. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, my name is Coach Carter. You can find me on Instagram and X at Coach Carter 120. Also, our facility and our brand is Mission City, missioncityelite.com, or at Mission City Elite on Instagram and all social media networks. And make sure, once again, that you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Follow us because we got a lot more content. And don't forget, check out my podcast, Hoops and Hip Hop. That's on this channel as well, too, where I interview a lot of basketball trainers and coaches and rappers and whatnot. So we got a lot of things going on, man. So make sure you tap into us. But until the next time, man, peace.